Okay, so the first initial value problem is that f prime is this guy here, which is not a polynomial, but sums of multiples of powers of x, because this is x to the power half. I can find f itself by anti-differentiating the f prime. This is x to the power 4 over 4 minus 2 to the power 2 times x to the power 3 over 2 over 3 over 2, which if I inverse that, this will be 2 over 3, plus 3 times x squared over 2, that's the antiderivative of 3x, plus c. Okay? Then, well, I haven't found f yet, because in f, you have a constant which you don't know what is that constant yet. But if I plug in the value of the function at 1, it means that let x be equal to 1. In that case, the left-hand side is going to be 0. The right-hand side is going to be 1 over 4 minus 4 over 3. I'm plugging in 1 and evaluating those powers of x, plus 3 over 2 plus c. You see that just by knowing value of the function at one point, I can find an equation for c, which is easy to solve, because this guy is now c is equal to negative 1 over 4 plus 4 over 3 minus 3 over 2. And then from there, you can find common denominator, 12 negative 3 plus 16 and then minus what? 18. And that will give me negative 21 plus 16, that is negative 5 over 12. So this way, we found that the whole function. The function is, so let me just write that thing here. So the function is x to the power 4 over 4 minus 4x to the power 3 over 2 over 3 plus 3x squared over 2. And c is what we found, negative 5 over 12. So we use the initial value to find the value of the constant, unknown constant c, and do that part. Here, f of x, so f prime is given. I want to find f, the function itself. So I have to find antiderivative of sine to the power 3x cosine x. In the first side, you notice that's a product of two things. It's not easy to find these kind of derivatives, but antiderivatives. But when you look a little bit carefully there, remember that if you have sine of x to the power n, the antiderivative, the derivative is going to be n times derivative of sine x, which is cosine x, then times sine of n minus 1x, one less power. Yes? And we kind of see the pattern here. There's a cosine there. There's a sine to the power n minus 1. So if we are going to do anything, this guy is going to be n minus 1. We are missing a constant there, but constant is okay. I can put extra constant in front and fix it. So, or divide the constant that I am missing there. So just by looking at this piece, 3 is equal to n minus 1, I can see that n must be 4. And we are trying basically find antiderivative of this guy when n is 4, what missing that n. So I can do 1 over 4, because that's just a constant. I can divide it and get rid of that. And then sine of n here is 4x plus. Very nice. Well, that is my value. Then now I want to implement the value the initial value. So if x is pi over 6, the value of that is going to be 1. So if I plug in, I will get 1 over 4 sine 4 of pi over 6 plus c. I know that a sine of pi over 6 is 30 degrees, sine of pi over 3 or pi over 6 or 30 degree is 1 over 2. 1 over 2 to the power 4 is 1 over 16. This is plus c. So from there you get c is 1 minus 1 over 4 times 1 over 16 is 1 over 64, which will give me 63 over 64. And from this, we know that the function is 1 over 4 sine to the power 4x plus 63 over 60. That's another initial value problem. Let's do one more. Here, instead of f prime, f double prime is given. The key point here is that you remember that f double prime is the derivative of f prime. So we can go ahead, find the antiderivative of f double prime, which would be x squared over 2 plus e to the power 2x over 2 plus c. And antiderivative of f double prime is going to be just f prime itself. And then use the initial value given for f prime. So I know that f prime at 0 is 0. So that means that 0 is equal to 0 plus 0 squared over 2 plus e to the power 2 times 0 over 2 plus c. And that means that c is equal to negative 1 over 2. So by doing these computations, what we found that f prime of x is equal to x plus x squared over 2 plus e to the power 2x over 2 minus half. We haven't found f yet. We have to find f by anti-differentiating f prime. So f of x is now x squared over 2 plus x cubed over 6 plus e to the power 2x over 4 minus half x plus a constant. That constant can be different than the other constant, but I will use the same c, knowing that what you won't confuse these two constants. Okay, now I have initial value for f at 0 is 3 over 2. So 3 over 2 is equal to 0 plus 1 over 4 minus 0 plus c. So that way, c is 3 over 2 minus 1 over 4, which is 4, 6 minus 1, which is 5 over 4. So this way, we have found the function itself, which is x squared over 2 plus x cubed over 6 plus e to the power 2x over 4 minus x over 2 plus 5 over 4. That is the function itself. So I did do the trick for the solving initial value problems in this problem twice, and then I got what is f itself, knowing f double prime.